Here's what nobody is telling you about your 2025 tax return. And if you're retired or close to retirement, this could cost you thousands of dollars you don't need to lose. Right now, and I mean right now, there is a brand new IRS rule that just went into effect, and most seniors either haven't heard about it or they don't realize how powerful it really is. If you're 65 years old or older, this one change alone could mean keeping more money in your bank account instead of sending it to Uncle Sam. And the worst part? This opportunity is temporary. Miss it, and it's gone. Welcome back to Retiree's Info. I'm Frank, and on this channel, we focus on one thing: helping retirees and soon-to-be retirees protect their money, lower their taxes, and make smarter financial decisions in retirement. If that sounds useful to you, make sure you subscribe, because what I'm about to explain today is something you need to understand. Starting in 2025, the IRS introduced a new senior bonus tax deduction. Here's how it works. If you're single and age 65 or older, you may qualify for an extra $6,000 deduction. If you're married filing jointly, that becomes $12,000. This is not a loophole. It's not a trick. It's written directly into federal tax law. That means this is real money, legally protected from federal income taxes. For years, retirees have been squeezed. Inflation has driven up groceries, utilities, insurance, healthcare, property taxes, but retirement income doesn't always rise with inflation. So, when the government introduces a deduction that specifically targets older Americans, that's something we need to pay attention to, and this one is especially generous. Now, here's the part that should immediately get your attention. This deduction is temporary. It only applies to 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. That's it. 4 tax years. Unless Congress extends it, this deduction disappears completely after 2028. So when you're thinking about retirement income decisions, you need to think in terms of a 4-year planning window, not someday. Now let's talk about income limits, because this is where confusion starts. This deduction phases out based on income. Single filers, phase out begins at $75,000. Married filing jointly, phase out begins at $150,000. For every $1,000 over those limits, the deduction is reduced by $60. Eventually, the deduction goes to zero at $175,000 for singles, $250,000 for married couples. This tells us something important. This deduction is designed primarily for low and middle income retirees, people living on Social Security, pensions, and moderate retirement savings. Now, here's what makes this deduction very unusual and very powerful. It stacks on top of your regular standard deduction, the existing age 65 senior deduction. And here's the part almost nobody talks about. It works whether you itemize or not. That's extremely rare. Most tax deductions force you to choose between itemizing or taking the standard deduction. This one works either way. Let's walk through a real example. If you're a single filer age 65 or older in 2025, standard deduction, $15,750, existing senior deduction, $2,000, new senior bonus deduction, $6,000, that adds up to $23,750 protected from federal income taxes. Pause and think about that. If your income comes mostly from Social Security, a small pension, modest IRA withdrawals, nearly $24,000 of that income could be tax-free before you owe a single dollar. Now let's look at married couples. In 2025, standard deduction, $29,200. Senior add-ons, both 65 plus, $3,200. Senior bonus deduction, $12,000. That's over $46,000 shielded from federal income taxes. Let me say that again slowly, $46,000. That's the difference between struggling and breathing a little easier in retirement. Now, here's a mistake I see all the time. People hear about a new tax break and assume it's automatic. It's not. You have to claim it properly. The good news, it's not complicated. You'll claim this on Form 1040 or Form 1040 SR, which is designed specifically for seniors. Most retirees prefer the 1040 SR because larger print, clearer layout, senior-friendly instructions. You simply indicate that you're 65 or older, and the IRS calculation system takes it from there. Now let me clear up something I keep seeing online. This deduction does not automatically eliminate taxes on Social Security. That's false. What it does is reduce your overall taxable income, which may reduce how much of your Social Security is taxed. But the Social Security tax rules themselves have not changed. Still, in many cases, this deduction can result in little or no federal tax owed. Let's say you receive about $24,000 a year in Social Security, which is close to the national average. Up to 85% of that could be taxable under current law. But with total deductions of $23,150, many retirees in this situation owe very little or nothing in federal income tax. That's meaningful. That's life-changing for people on fixed incomes. Now let's talk about a more realistic situation. Maybe you have Social Security, IRA, or 401k withdrawals. Dividend income treasury estimates show that a single senior in this situation could save over $1,500 per year in federal taxes. For married couples, the savings can be even larger. This is where strategy matters. Because this deduction only lasts 4 years, timing becomes critical. You may want to adjust retirement withdrawals, accelerate income into these 4 years, delay income until after 2028. These decisions should not be made blindly. And here's something many people don't realize. This deduction applies even if you're still working. If you're 65 or older and meet the income requirements, wages do not disqualify you. This is especially helpful for people transitioning into retirement. One last warning. You do not need to pay anyone to unlock this deduction. There will be scams. There always are. This is federal law. Your tax software or tax professional can handle it. Be careful. Here's the bottom line. If you're 65 or older and your income falls below the phase-out limits, this deduction is real valuable and time-limited. You worked your whole life for your money. Don't give away more than you have to. If this video helped you, tap the like button. It really helps this channel reach other retirees who need this information. Subscribe to Retirees Info for clear, practical guidance on taxes, Social Security, Medicare, and retirement planning. And tell me in the comments, was this deduction new information for you? I'm Frank. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.